I will be taking a look at my updated 2024 presidential election prediction, the first one I have done after the midterms. So we have Ron DeSantis and Joe Biden, the two candidates I think that are most likely to win their respective parties' nominations in 2024. So I'm going to start off by giving Joe Biden his safe states: Washington, California, Hawaii, DC, Maryland, the state of Massachusetts, the state of Vermont, and the state of New York, as well as the state of Rhode Island and the state of Connecticut. While for Ron DeSantis, Illinois, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Montana, Nebraska, its first and third districts, the state of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Missouri, and I'm pretty sure that's it for both parties. Democrats start off with a 30 electoral vote advantage over the Republicans. Now I'm going to give both parties their likely states. These are pretty generic likely states. I'm not going to really explain any of them in detail. So Democrats are at 204 and New Mexico's at 209, while Republicans will carry the states of Alaska, South Carolina, Iowa, Ohio, Kansas, the state of Texas, Florida as well. So that will bring Ron DeSantis to 218. The only states I will explain really is Florida, Texas, and pretty much that's it. So my likely margins are 5 to 15 points, and I think that Republicans will win Texas and Florida by 5 to 15 points. Ron DeSantis won his re-election as Florida governor by a margin of 18 points. But I don't think that will necessarily be the case in a presidential election in which people are far more polarized. While for the state of Texas I expect to be somewhere around the 10-point margin. Ron DeSantis is more popular in the state of Texas than Trump is, so he should be able to overperform Trump. However, he will probably not be able to go back to a Mitt Romney type of margin in the state of Texas, so it's going to be around 10 points for Ron DeSantis. Now for the lean states for the Democratic Party. I'm going to start off with Minnesota here. Minnesota, obviously, Democrats are probably favored to win that state by 7 in 2020. So Minnesota will be a lean blue state. Another lean blue state here, the state of Maine. Maine should be a lean blue state as well. The second district is far more Republican. The first district, however, has a far greater turnout, and thus Democrats are probably going to win the state of Maine. Ron DeSantis will win the second district as well. Now going to the states that are lean for Ron DeSantis. The first state is North Carolina. North Carolina will probably go to DeSantis by about 4%. This will not be that surprising. Republicans typically have won the state of North Carolina, though the state is really competitive in pretty much every single level. The state of Wisconsin, I'll put this in the lean Republican column. Republicans were able to win the North Carolina Senate seat in 2022, but it was by a very narrow margin. And Democrats did have their Governor Tony Evers reelected. So that's why I'm moving this characterization down from likely to lean. However, I think Wisconsin's definitely a trending red state, and thus I'll put it in the lean red column. Now going to the final 6 states on the map. I'm going to start off by basically giving Arizona to Ron DeSantis. Again, another lean state. I don't think this is that surprising. Ron DeSantis is a relatively moderate candidate. He should be able to win Arizona. Joe Biden, I think, will be able to win New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a state that typically votes for a Democratic Party. In recent elections, Democrats currently have a Democratic governor. They do have a Republican, two Democratic senators, 2 Democratic representatives. They do have a Republican governor, but he is a very liberal governor as well. So Democrats pretty much control everything in the state of New Hampshire. Now going to the state of Pennsylvania here, this will probably put Ron DeSantis over the top. I do think Ron DeSantis will win because he is more moderate and he should be able to appeal to many of those suburban voters. I think as well that the state of Georgia, again appealing to some of those moderate voters. I think that's what Ron DeSantis will be able to do in the state of Georgia and win the state. I also think that Nevada will go to Ron DeSantis. Clark County trended red by about 2% in 2022. making the race really close in the Senate level, and Republicans flipping the Nevada governor's race. So Republicans did very well in Nevada despite having some poor performances in other states. Now for the state of Michigan, I'll still give the state to Ron DeSantis, though I'm very hesitant. This race will be very, very close. It'll probably be within 0.1%, but I think Ron DeSantis still has the edge. And Nebraska second as well, I'll give it to the Democratic Party. Joe Biden won the district by 7, so I'm going to give it to Democrats just because of that reason. Anyways, thank you for watching each video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.